How's everyone doing today? I have been working on a different topic, but I figured that it would be really beneficial to all my viewers to provide my take on the current stock market as of the end of January 2022. Today we'll talk about what's causing the stock market downturn and what to do next. There are a lot of things that are pushing the stock market down today, but what I'll focus on is just a few things that I believe are the most important ones. We have higher prices, as you all know. You probably have experienced that, and that's also known as inflation. Then we also have supply chain bottlenecks. Higher prices and supply chain bottlenecks causes slower growth. And then everything is actually caused by, you all know, the very popular COVID-19. On top of all that, we have the potential rate hikes by the Fed, which actually, if you have followed what the rate hikes have done in the past, you usually had a short-term pressure on the market, but in the long term, it was only beneficial. If you want to know more details about why the current stock market is down, I will link to a video in the description below where Graham Stephan went into more details as to why the stock market went down. In my own opinion, all the reasons I have mentioned, and even Graham Stephan that he mentions in his video, are nothing compared to what happened in 2008, the house market crash, or even the dot-com bubble. There is no reason for us to go in a recession right now. That's my opinion. Let's put all this aside and answer 3 questions that will shape my recommendation for you, especially if you have money in the current stock market. Number 1 question is, what is the history telling us about the stock market? Let's look at my favorite index fund, which is S&P 500, and let's see what the history tells us about it. If we look at year to date, we don't look really good. We're almost 10% down. Now, let's look at 1 year. We are actually not looking very bad. We have more than 10% gain. Now, if we expand the horizon a little bit more and look at 5 years, then we are more than 80% gain. Let's expand the window even more, and if we look since 1982, then you absolutely have nothing to worry about. To summarize the answer to this question, if you expand the horizon, if you take that bird's eye view, there is no reason to worry about the short-term pullback in the stock market. Now let's look at question number 2. How good are your investments? Whether that be an index fund, a mutual fund that you have your money in, or even individual stocks. Are there any major issues with your current investments that is bringing them down, other than the current sentiment about the overall stock market? The answer to this question alone lies with you, and you are the only one that can really provide an answer to this question. If you think you don't have good investments, then now is a good time to reflect and really analyze. Let this be a lesson learned so that in the future you really do your own research before putting your money in any investment. My number 3 question is, when do you need the cash? If you have your cash in the current stock market, then when do you need that cash? Do you need it next week? Well, if that's the case, then you might as well cash in everything right now. My honest opinion is that if you need the cash within a year from now, then you should keep it in cash-like investments. I personally keep it in my money market account, which still gives me a small percentage, but I can extract the money anytime. It's pretty much the same cash that I put in with the slight growth. There you have it. Those were my 3 questions to really determine what you should do next if you are in the current stock market. There might be other questions, but I believe that these 3 questions should really form a solid answer to tell you what to do next. Depending on what you have answered for question 2 and 3 would really determine whether you should stay in the current stock market or not. Because the answer to question 1, as you have seen, there is nothing to worry about the current short-term pullback in the market. Personally, I'm not selling any investments that I have my money in today. In no way I can predict when the current stock market will go right back up or how long will it still stay down as it is today. But what I do know, based on history, is that eventually we will go up and we will make new highs. My urgent message to you is to slow down, reflect, analyze whether your current investment strategy is the right one for you. I want to end up this video with a very popular quote from our uncle Warren Buffett. Be fearful when others are greedy, and be greedy when others are fearful. If you're finding value in this video and in my content in general, please give me a like and subscribe so we help more people. Also, if you'd like to know about my investment philosophy, watch this next video where I talk about simple investing advice. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.